My name is Jon Olson. I'm the Executive Secretary of the Maine Farm Bureau Association, the state's largest farm organization. I wish to make the following comments in general on free trade agreements and then specifically discuss the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, the TPP. We support fair trade rather than free trade. The current North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, is not a fair trade for Maine farmers. In the negotiations for NAFTA, Canada was able to exempt agricultural imports because they were already exempt in the U.S.-Canadian Free Trade Agreement. This met and continues to mean that American farmers cannot export milk and potatoes to Canada unless there is a shortage, while Canadian farmers can export any or all of their agricultural products to us. Even now, Canada is trying to be exempted from the USDA rule on the country of origin labeling, which is what the acronym is COOL. The law was enacted as a food safety protection measure, allowing consumers to know where their food comes from. Many other countries, as you know, have less stringent plant chemical protection and animal growth hormone regulations. This summer, several Canadian meat industry groups have filed a lawsuit to block the implementation of the COOL rule. This has come about because Tyson, the largest U.S. meat processor, announced that it would not accept Canadian cattle to slaughter because of the high cost of the COOL regulations. The Canadians also intend to shift the regulation from mandatory to voluntary and to change the labeling as product of North America. COOL is a food safety issue that Canada wants to undermine. In 2011, the leaders of the TPP nations agreed that they would serve to define this historic agreement and set new standards for trade agreements in the future, and that was quoted. Those objectives include the comprehensiveness and elimination of tariffs and other non-tariff barriers to trade. Canada and Japan, even at this late date, have yet to convey their acceptance of these key market access objectives. This troubles us, especially with our experience with Canada under NAFTA. If TPP is to go forward, we insist that Canada and Japan fully adopt these objectives and make concessions. One of the major concerns we have with the TPP is the issue of pesticides in producing food. You may be familiar with the concept of the circle of poison. U.S. chemical companies continue to manufacture and ship to foreign countries pesticides banned in the United States. These same chemicals are used to grow fruit, meat, produce that are imported from such countries as Thailand, Indonesia, Japan, and other TPP countries. Not only are the U.S. farmers economically penalized by obeying the law, while producers of other nations face no restrictions, consumers are not sure how this foreign food was grown. If a pesticide is too unsafe to be used on American-grown food, then it is too unsafe to be used on foreign-grown food. This needs to be part of the TPP. It will give consumers confidence in the U.S. food supply. Thank you for your attention, and I'll be happy to have any questions that you may.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olson. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, and that's a new issue we hadn't talked about yet, the pesticide issue, so I appreciate you bringing that to our attention.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mr. Olson, I wondered if you might, I can't help but ask, when you talk about that Canada was able to exempt agricultural imports because they were already exempt from the U.S.-Canadian Free Trade Agreement, do you remember what the history of that was? Why the United States agreed to such a thing?
I do not know that, Senator. I'll find that out.
Okay. So that's great testimony, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.